All right, everybody. Thank you for jumping on with us for our Tri-State Training Day podcast. I got the coach, Marc Tirolia, the boss of FFL, the Chosen Ones. This man understands this business thick and through. I wanted to get him on our podcast to go over some of the nuts and bolts of building, shaping, molding, developing people from the ground up to leaders, and he's done a fantastic job with that. And I wanted to get him on. Coach, how you doing, my man?
Man, I'm doing very well. I'm in between best and better, my man.
Anytime I ask you how you doing is always the best answer you can give me. So I always appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Best and
How you
better
doing,
always
man?
works. So how you doing, my dude? I wanted to get in there with you to talk about the structure, like what it takes to do this thing, you know? And when I look at your organization, you have multiple layers wide, you have multiple layers deep, you have leaders, you have upstarts, you have recruiting process. Let's start off with the mindset of, hey, I'm doing well, because you were a producer at one point, Mark. I'm doing well, I want to start building an agency. Or I'm not doing well, I want to start building an agency. At some point, you have to turn on this switch and you have to start thinking about what it's going to look like as you start working with the masses of people and starting to build systems around the masses of people. So let's start off with the mindset of like, hey, man, you know, I'm very interested in this thing.
So I like you. I love that the fact that you want to talk about mindset. So I want everyone, even if it's your day one or your day 765, this business, this industry is just like a cathedral. Every time you see a cathedral, it's building. It's still rebuilding. You see scaffolds around it. No matter if it's 200-300 years old, you're always going to see scaffolds around it, or someone is pressure wash cleaning it, or someone is paint on it. You're never going to be done.
Huh.
You're always going to be in rebuilding mode, no matter what situation you're in. No matter how good you think you're doing, you're always going to be in rebuilding mode. Now, the fact is, while you're rebuilding, because there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of traffic going on. How do you stay focused on this cathedral and making sure that it continues to get better and better?
Mm.
So that's the mindset. That's how you have to think. That's how you have to focus. You're always going to be in rebuilding mode.
Wow.
Now, it's all about attracting the right people. I always tell people, you are who you attract. Now, is a catch-22 with that too, Mark. It could be you attract who you will tolerate also. So you have to have some self-awareness, or you have to be receptive to any and everybody that you bring on board. I hear a lot of people that's been in the game over 5-6 years, Mark, say, hey, look, I have a specific standard. I'm not hiring this type of person. I'm not hiring this person. This is the type of person I want. That's great. You've been in the game long enough to understand that. But for somebody who's day one, they need to go through what you went through in order to have that same standard. So when people talk to me, I say, look, hire everyone that you know. No, do not put limits and don't cap yourself, because you don't know who that person going to be.
Right.
That might be the next Mark Me. That might be the next Shawn Mikes that you're bringing on board. So do not limit or do not make a decision for people. All we do is give people the opportunity, the platform, and it's up to them to do what they need to do as far as with the business. They need to thrive, survive, or win. That's our job. It's to just give them the opportunity and the platform. I think a lot of people, both 765 days and day one, put too much pressure on themselves, thinking that this person is not winning because of me. No, they're not winning because they don't understand their why. It's not clear to them, and it may not be a good fit for them. So we can't make that decision for them in the very beginning. We can't. So hire like crazy. Now, Mark, I have a saying now, Mark. I have a saying now. I remember it was the S on the chest. It's no longer S on the chest. It's go wide or die. That's what we're doing, going wide as possible because you never know who's going to be the one to stick and stay.
Right.
You never want to prejudge.
Dude, when you, first off, that's amazing. But when you start, so hire everyone, you don't know who's going to do it, right?
Right.
And start learning, start sorting people out. Can you talk to us a little bit about your sorting process? And that,
Yes.
that means from the agent that's peaking to the agent that is kind of becoming, someone that's saying, hey man, I'm with you. Like I want to be here. I want to do this with you. How do you start sorting?
Well, I like to give people a number 2 pencil, man, from day one.
Yo,
I'm going to test
you
you.
off the rocker, my man.
I'm going to test you. Mark, I'm
going to test you with a number 2 pencil. I love it.
Day one, number 2 pencil in your hand, right? We give you the number 2 pencil. I'm overwhelming them with information. When I say information, task, check off. I need you to do this. I need you to do that because then I'm going to know who's coachable and how bad you want it. And I'm going to give you a task that you're not going to find the answer and you need to come back to me and find the answer. And the next time we talk, that should be the question you have. So I'm not the type of person that hold people hand. And I encourage my leaders the same way. Hey, these are the 5 things we need them to do. We need them after they start contracting. We need them to watch the boot camp, send you the certificate. After that, then we add them to our channels, our groups. While you're waiting on contract, come on live dials. Be a fly on the wall. And I need your takeaways every day until you get your right number. I need you to tell me who's your favorite person, who's your least favorite person, and why. And I need you to tell me what you learned from them and how you can make it better. Because a lot of this, and a lot of people confuse this. A lot of people don't do this. A lot of people do not challenge agents in the beginning. A lot of people want to be Superman. Just like a butterfly, you have to allow the person to fight in that cocoon in order to get his wings. If you're hand holding the person all the way through and not allowing the person to be creative and think. So, like I always tell, let me tell you, Mark, when I first started insurance, I had no leads. I had to door knock. So after door knocking for 3 months, what you think I'm going to do with some leads? Now I got somebody's name. I got somebody's information. They actually inquired about this information. Oh man, I feel like now I got my cape on. Now I feel great. But when we day one bombard people with leads, woo, they get that. I don't think that's the best practice. We like to attack our warm market first. Talk to people that's not interested. All you want to do is do presentations because we know people need this, especially what we're doing now. We're more into the SRS style, the advanced marketing style. So everyone that you deal with need what we have or needs to be educated on what we have. And you need to get as many practices in that first 30 days in order to feel comfortable talking to a stranger. Now, Mark, we have some people that have no fear. Hey, look, I ran through my warm market already. I don't have no one to talk to. My family are afraid to see me at the picnics. They don't invite me no more. Hey, then let's introduce you to some strangers. Let's talk to some strangers. Let's get them on the phone. Let's get them via Zoom. And also, Mark, what we start doing that I noticed that clients are more comfortable via Zoom than on the phone. That's something I just started doing after convention, talking to some very successful individuals. Because most of the people that we work with now, Mark, they did face-to-face, knee to knee. And it's challenging for some of them because you can't break old habits. It's difficult to transfer energy over the phone, but via Zoom, It's almost the same as knee to knee.
Huh.
So we tell people, hey, look, we see you struggling on the phone. Not a problem. Do it via Zoom. Virtual Zoom. Let's do it. Let the person see you. Do a whole presentation slide.
Makes sense.
Because people learn visually. And that's something I learned when I first started insurance. When I started the company, nobody had a presentation, a visual presentation. I created my own. I put the caskets in there. I put pictures of my family in there. I painted that picture. This casket here, what color did you want? I wanted people to get uncomfortable. So we're doing the same thing via Zoom. That same casket that I showed people 10, 12 years ago, we're doing it via Zoom. Hey, look, ma'am, I know, don't take this the wrong way, but do you know which casket you want? Now we made it real for them. Versus telling them on the phone, hey, it's challenging to say that on the phone. Hey, what kind of casket you? No, via Zoom, face to face, you can read my body language.
Makes sense.
Yes, sir.
So when you're starting with Warm Market, what's that script look like? I'm a new agent. You tell me how you're pitching that to them, and then tell me what they're pitching to their Warm Market. Got you.
Hey, Mark, man, you know, you have any questions for me? No, you don't. Okay, I understand, bro. Not a problem. But one of the questions you should ask me, Mark, is what I should have done when I first started. What are some of the 3 things that I wish I did when I first started to grow my business faster? Well, I'm gonna tell you what everybody say. They wish they started building a business from day one. So, Mark, I don't want to assume. Do you want to build a business or you want to build a big business? Everybody say big business. Okay, great. I'm glad you said that. Now, in order to get big things, you know, Mark, you have to do some things that's uncomfortable. You have to be a certain type of person, or you have to grow into a certain type of person in order to get these big major accomplishments.
Right.
So are you ready for that? So if you're not a problem, I can save my speech for another time. But do you want to hear what I got to say? Of course. So I need you to do one of the most uncomfortable things I'm gonna ever ask you to do. I need you to write down, go on your phone, write down 20 to 30 people names. Do not put a category on them. After you finish that, we're going to categorize them. Now, when you're done with that, we're going to call them together. Now, you prefer me do it myself, I can, but I need a little bit of information on this person, and I'm going to help you grow a business. And Mark, do you want to do 100K in production in the next 90 days, 180 days, 180 days? Yeah, of course you do. So put down 50 names for me. And I'm going to help you get there even faster. So that's what I tell them.
Is that dual working it? That's building and selling? Or is that just building?
Say again?
I said, is that dual work in Warm Market? You're building and selling, or is that just building?
No, that's the building part.
Got it.
That's building. That's how I get them to write their names down. I get that list from them, Mark, before they get punched in the mouth.
Got it.
I want that list from them while, because I do orientation. I want that list while they're still excited, even before they start the boot camp, because when they see the boot camp, they're going to judge and say, you know what? I'm not even close to these people that's on this boot camp. I don't know no one on this green earth that reminds me of these people. Let me wait.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get them before they even see anybody else.
Got it.
So then after they start the boot camp, guess what? Some people have more people that coming into the mind.
Isn't that
like,
funny?
Hey,
Isn't that? Think about that, bro. The psychology of time, right? You say, hey, if I give them the boot camp and I didn't ask, there's going to be a complex that they're going to create that's going to block them from the blessings that I can help them with. But if I do it prior, not only is it going to open the blessings, it's going to open the lane for blessings, and they won't block the blessings. They're going to be more excited to give me more. Bro, that's major. And that's just human psychology, Mark. I mean, and so it's amazing that time period differential changes everything. Would you agree?
Humans are self-sabotaging machines.
Hmm.
I agree 100% with you, brother.
That's nuts.
People, the conversations people had, if you could, even us, because I consider us the elite mindset.
Mm-hmm.
If we had a speaker and put it in our head, the conversation we have with ourselves daily, imagine how that sounds. Imagine when we first started 13, 15 years ago. The way we talk ourselves and talk ourselves out of any situation. We can. We have that skill.
Mm-hmm.
Autonomy, right? That's what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So this business is all about trying to control the narrative in your mind, trying to give you tasks so that you won't have to do too much thinking.
Mm.
We have to catch the agents off guard and put them on the spot. If you allow them to think too much, a thinking mind is a paralyzed mind, and a paralyzed mind don't do no action. They're not in motion.
Mm.
So the more tasks we give them and call them out directly and have them doing it in real time, the faster they will grow into the person that they need to be for the future.
And this is all this. See what y'all getting is free game. This is trial and error after trial and error after trial and error. Y'all are getting free game served on a platter. And so that's interesting. Did I hear you say that you have them that you have them calling warm market for clients?
Both, yes. Yeah, because I want to get them comfortable. A lot of agents are not comfortable calling leads. Oh, and plus they don't have the funds. Not a problem. Let's protect the people that you love already. How you gonna help everybody else in the world, but your house is on fire? Let's protect the people that you know and love first. Get comfortable, learn your script, learn your presentation. Then we can put our cape on and save the world also. If you're not financially there. That's what we do.
Got it. And so if they're going to be calling leads, I'm sorry, if they're going to be calling people they know, what do you have them saying to them?
Hey, Mark, real quick, I know you're busy, but I'm doing this financial service thing and I'm trying to get good at it, man. So there's some things I learned, bro. Man, I think you'll benefit from it. I just want to schedule a meeting with you about 15, 20 minutes, and I need your honest opinion on what you think, how I present it to you. Do you have 15 minutes for me, Mark?
Yes.
And one of the things I did different, Mark, you know me, I'm paranoid, right? So I don't give out all my gems, right? All my secrets. So what I finally did is created a blueprint, like exactly what I say. Because I wing things a lot. I wing it. But I say, you know what? These people are not like me. They can't wing it. We need to create a script verbatim, what to say, and as time get better, they can kind of make it their own. So we finally put that in place. Finally. I've been coaching people on winging it on, hey, look, just record me saying it. No, people are visual. People are visual learning. Record me saying it, not audio, but video, and feel my energy. And I need you to say it the same way.
Video. I
Yes,
like that.
videos. Yes.
I like that a lot. Go ahead. Keep going.
You got to duplicate yourself.
Yes,
so we're not trying to be Ruth Chris. We're trying to be McDonald's. We're trying to keep it as simple as possible and duplicatable as possible. So if you don't make it, it's not our fault. We gave you all the spatulas and the fryers. We gave you the nice hat.
We're not trying to be Ruth Chris. We gave you the hat.
We provided everything. The training.
We gave you the hat.
The blueprint.
I love it. No doubt. So they got this starter kit. They got this. They got the starter pack.
That's right.
Keep going.
Yes, sir. So and also we doing it on we came together and actually coming up with our own scripts because there's 100 scripts out there. There's 100 scripts out there. I remember an agent came to me and she read her script to me. I'm like, where you get that from? I got on YouTube. I said, YouTube is a great tool, but I don't want you to go on YouTube yet. I need you to, for the next 6 months, I need you to use my brain when it comes to doing insurance. And I got this from Will Smith. I heard Will Smith share this where he was working with the guy from Fresh Prince. I can't remember his name. He helped Michael Jackson with Thriller. I can't remember his name, but he was working with him, and he couldn't get Will to do movies. Will Smith just wanted to do sitcoms, and Will Smith was turning down movies over and over and over. So this gentleman, I can't remember. I don't know why I can't remember his name. He went to Steven Spielberg and said, "Hey, look, I need you to talk to Will Smith. He says he wants to be the biggest movie star in the world ever." So he had a conversation with Will. He said, "Will, moving forward, because you turned down The Matrix, that was the biggest
I
mistake
think I
in your
heard
life."
this story. You might have told me this.
I shared it with you. Yeah, I probably shared it on the
Is it Quincy Jones? Was it Quincy Jones?
Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
That's right. Quincy
gotcha.
Jones.
Okay.
So Quincy Jones had Will Smith. He had Steven Spielberg talk to Will Smith. And Steven Spielberg said, if you want to be the biggest movie star moving forward for the next decade, I need you to use my brain when it comes to movie selection. And I share that same story with the people that's coming on board, our partners, because using your brain has got you thus far. I need you to use someone else's brain that's a little bit more successful than you, especially when it comes to this industry, and we've proven ourselves. You need to listen to us when it comes to this. Now, marital stuff, don't listen to me. How to wash a car, how to build a car, don't listen to me. When it comes to insurance, I need you to use my brain. I need you to listen to me carefully. Before you make a decision on lead purchases, before you make a decision on which script to use, before you make a decision on which CRM to use, I need you to use my brain. I need you to consult with me before you make that decision. Are we clear for the next 90 days to a year? If you want to be successful. Now, if you don't want to be successful, use your own brain. Let's see how far it gets you.
I love it. But that's McDonald's, right? Like, let's not get too cute. We don't need to get cute. We just need to be successful.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Simple.
You get as cute as you want after you're successful.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you're locking in on somebody that you think is someone that you can work with long term, that can be beneficial to you as a business partner, and you can be beneficial to them as a business partner. What are you looking for? What are you identifying?
Identify coachability, being coachable, being able to listen, and also I look for discipline. And when I say discipline, I mean when you don't want to do it, when you don't feel like it, you do it anyway. And Mark, all of my meetings with agents, partners, I'm scheduling via Zoom because I want to see the frustration in their face. When I ask them to do this and they frown, I remember that. I made a mental note of that. And if they do it, I'm clapping it up. I'm like, wow, this person still did it. That means that they want it. And also persistence, being able to go through the whole system, going through the whole motion and not complaining, staying excited. If you can stay excited, be coachable, and stay persistent, you'll be very successful in this business. You don't have to be smart. Just have those three things.
And do you find those people to typically be good long-term business partners?
Absolutely.
That's strong. These are recipes for success. These are ingredients for success. These are cooking strategies for success. These are techniques for success. And what I want to do out of a podcast like this, Mark, is I want to create more successful builders. So if you were communicating this message, not this message, but if you were going to communicate something to people who want to build, what would be a parting shot from you?
Do not change. Don't get frustrated. Because a lot of times you're going to meet people, you're going to do certain things for people because you're kind and you're just a wonderful person, but a lot of people allow circumstances or people to change who they are. And when someone that was ready to receive what you're about to give, you're not that person no more. Guess what? Now you can't attract that person, develop and train them. So remain the person that you are. Just adapt to the situations. Do not quit.
Let me ask you another question while I'm thinking about it. Because, well, let me just ask it this way. When it comes to warm market, producing warm market, getting lists, calling lists, putting people in class and getting them through, versus a recruiting engine, ads, funnels, schedule on my schedule, call them. Which one has been more fruitful to you throughout your time?
Oh, wow. You said fruitful.
Yes,
both
sir.
of them are great.
Mm-hmm.
I would say warm market. And if I have time, can I explain
yes,
it?
Please.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So when it comes to warm market, someone trusts you already. They know who you are. They're going to do exactly what you say in time. With somebody that you don't know, you have to build that trust. So they're going to test you. You're either going to test them or they're going to test you. And sometimes it becomes like this when it comes to somebody you don't know. But when it's warm market, you can ask that person to, hey, look, I need you to jump 10 times and do 3 push-ups. They're going to do it because they trust you and you have a good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So if the trust is there, and trust builds speed.
Well, you have a pretty big group. Who, give me one person that's a star that came from a funnel or something cold market.
Cold market?
Mm-hmm.
That's a star?
Mm-hmm.
Cold market. That's a star. Cold. I can't think of one.
Just for
cold?
Only made for TV, brother. Now I'm gonna do it on the inverse. Give me a warm market. Give me 5. Give me 5 warm market stars.
Star. Josh Harris, Omar Mitchell, Bernard Borges, of course, Christine L, Raheem L.
Look at the speed and the excitement. Yeah. Hey, I need y'all to understand. I did that for a reason because he couldn't fake it, right? So you don't have to say no more names, brother. Yeah. I gave you 2 scenarios. You said they were both great, but you said warm market's what you prefer. Then I gave you a on-the-spot, real deal, real life experiment with, hey, man, I hear you on that. They're both great. Tell me who you got on either one. One, you went crickets, like the and then another one, you was hot, bubbly, rolling, and y'all need to understand this. What works is the warm and bubbly Marc Tirolia, the one who was excited and was licking his chops at all the people that he's recruited through his warm market efforts. So enough said, Coach Tirolia. I appreciate you, brother. That was a pretty good setup. You got to agree.
Yes, sir. That was great, man. Always great talking to you, man.
My man, appreciate you. Thanks for sharing. This is a great one. But, dude, warm market, you've killed it in that direction. So has a lot of other people. Please, this is very simple mathematics. You have a nice-sized group. Anyone who's looking to get as big as you should start doing some of the things you're doing. Appreciate you for jumping on with me. Thank y'all for listening. God bless.